championship of the world. The title is on the line. Randy Couture, Pedro Rizzo. They are set to go again. The winner will walk away with the most coveted belt.
Ladies and gentlemen, this UFC championship bout is sanctioned by the Nevada State Athletic Commission with commissioners Dr. Tony Alamo, Amy Ayoub, Glenn Carano, and Dr. Flip Pomansky, with Executive Director Mark Ratner and Dr. Luther Mack, Chairman. Our timekeepers are Al Bissick and Jane Broadfoot, and our octagon side doctors are Margaret Goodman, Jeff Davidson, William Berliner, and Van Buren Lemons. And now, it's time to begin the main event of the evening. This fight is 5 rounds for the UFC Heavyweight Championship of the World. Beginning with the challenger, standing to my left. He is a valley judo expert and a kickboxer with a mixed martial arts record of 10-2 and a professional kickboxing record of 31-1. Standing 6 feet 1 inch tall, weighing in at 235 pounds. Fighting out of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Pedro "The Rock" Rizzo. And now, introducing the fighter standing to my right. He is a 3-time All-American, a 4-time national champion, and Pan Am Games wrestling champion with a UFC record of 6-0. Standing 6 feet 1 inch tall, weighing in at 225 pounds. Fighting out of the Performance Quest Training Center in Gresham, Oregon. He is the UFC Heavyweight Champion of the World. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Randy the Natural Couture. And our referee for this championship bout is Big John McCarthy.
So John McCarthy, our referee, our judges, as assigned by the Nevada State Athletic Commission. For the title fight, Jeff Mullen, Nelson Hamilton, and Marcos Rosales are judges tonight for this heavyweight championship fight. The battle continues.
All right, here we go, UFC Heavyweight Championship. Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's get on, come
Time
on.
to finish what they started about 6 months ago. Rizzo and Couture. Good kick by Couture. He's been working out with Maurice Smith.
He's going to know how to defend, mostly, I would say. Nice leg kick by Randy Couture.
That's a book out of Pedro right there, man. A page out of Pedro's book with that quick hit. Jens, when you learn how to kick, does that help you defend the kicks that come your way?
Most definitely, because you know you're tired of feeling the sting, and as a wrestler, or Randy Couture in general, you want to give some of those kicks back and maybe do the same thing to them. It's an irritant to know they can blast you with the leg kick and you can't do the same thing back. So it's something that, yeah, you want to learn leg kicks if you ain't got it. Good defense. Very good defense with Randy there too.
Yep.
Long list of knockout victims: Dan Severn, Trey Telligman, Tsuyoshi Kosaka, and most recently Josh Barnett. Fell victim to KOs by Pedro Rizzo.
He's got world-class hands as the crowd chanting USA in favor of the Natural Couture against the Brazilian, one of the nicest guys in the fight game today, Pedro "The Rock" Rizzo. His only losses have come in title fights to Couture and Randleman. His wins, as you mentioned a moment ago, have all been very impressive.
Probably one of the highest knockout ratios at UFC, but Couture is going to be hard to hit. As Jen said, he's working that upper body, clenching Pedro Rizzo, not letting him use those kicks, and tying his arms up.
Yeah, Couture showed us the dirty boxing the day he fought Vitor Belfort.
Yeah.
That was a classic example of the clinch and hit. Now, one thing that Pedro did that I liked a lot was when Randy took a shot, Pedro quickly got the arms on the inside, underhooked, stood him back, brought him back up, and this is the position that we're sitting in, but he did stop the shot.
Gents, to some of our new fans watching more recently, explain to them what you mean by dirty boxing.
The dirty boxing is come along through a lot of the wrestlers who like to do the clinch, yet continue to punch and knock over the ground, heavy on the head, pummeling inside the position, getting almost hockey style, getting underneath that armpit, and landing an uppercut, coming over the top with the hook, and setting up your body shots. Look at Pedro, like I said, getting him underhooks. He's keeping Randy at bay. He has definitely been working this. His hips are back. Look for Randy to get a single leg and try to dump down his hip.
And he does. Perfectly described by the lightweight champion, Jens Pulver. He is in the closed guard of Pedro Rizzo. But this is where this fight was 6 months ago in the first round, with Couture trying to tee off on Rizzo and almost closing him out in the first 5 minutes. There's a shot. No question, man.
Gotta be wondering what's running through Pedro Rizzo's mind.
Don't let him pass the guard, I know that.
Trapped up against that fence. Not allowing him to move his head out of there. Not allowing him to work properly off of his back.
You like the close guard in this situation for Rizzo, Jens?
I think it's a lot safer than he keeping it open, because at least he does have some sort of control on the hips, and he can push Randy Couture back and try and alleviate some of the punishment. When it's open, Couture presses, stacks like he's doing right now, and he slides up into the guard, and then he's a lot closer to that face to land legs, shoulders, elbows, you know, and his punches. I like it when he keeps his legs closed. He has a better chance of keeping the punches at bay and trying to get this thing stood up.
Now remember, if there's not enough activity, John McCarthy will stand the fighters up. Couture knows that. Gets busy again with a couple of left-handed shots.
Doesn't take much to stay on the ground, but it's going to take something.
Absolutely.
Nice shoulder shot. Pushing the shoulder forward.
And
there it is again.
Now that's a little dirty boxing, I think.
I understand.
If that's all you got is the shoulders, throw it.
Hey.
It might hit, and if anything, it's irritating.
Well, there's 4 in a row of them.
You know it.
They're like the body shots that they won't take you out individually, but collectively, they do some damage. Pedro now holding his hand in front of his forehead, trying to stop that shoulder shot.
It was almost like when you had the headbutt, your hands tied up to hands, and you still had the head free. Now he's got a free shoulder. See, this is not good with them with the open guard.
Randy in control, a left that just missed Pedro Rizzo.
20 seconds left in this first round.
Oh, good kick by Rizzo to Couture. There's a left that connected. And another jab. Now the right. And Rizzo able to get the fighter Randy Couture back inside his reaches.
Almost a repeat of that first round we saw months ago.
Wow.
Right there, stop it right there.
As Yogi Berra said, deja vu all over again. Not nearly, though, as much damage to Pedro Rizzo as there was in that first round 6 months ago. You agree?
Doctors looking him over. They're quickly exiting the octagon. They realize he's okay. He is definitely a warrior. Small cut on the bridge of the nose of Pedro Rizzo. Almost natural when you think about Rizzo fighting, is that cut on the nose.
Now,
Marco, who
the thing is, you're going to have to do right now, when you get on the ground again, don't stand up, just stay low. Stay low. If you stand up, you're going to kick it.
Hearing Maurice say, stay low.
Maurice in the corner of Randy Couture. Rizzo with Marco Huas in his corner.
There's that replay.
The shoulder.
Shoulder definitely will wear you down. Rizzo was not defending it at first, then he put the hand up.
Let's get it on, come on.
All right, round 2 underway. This was the round dominated last time by Pedro Rizzo, but Randy made sure not to punch himself out at the end of round 1 like he did in the first fight.
Big difference. He's not sucking it up and trying to find a second win. He's still on that first leg. The one thing you're not seeing from Pedro is no kicks. No kicks. He's getting kicked. He's got redness on the inside of his left thigh. Randy is backing Pedro up. There we go, and look at the damage. Listen to the smack that makes. If anything, the noise alone is intimidating.
It's a world-class kickboxer, folks, and Pedro Rizzo. Muay Thai trained, as devastating a striker as we have in the game today.
See, the one thing that Pedro I know does like is he likes you to come at him swinging. He likes to counterpunch you, back up, lull you in, and step up and smack you a shot. See, he won't come forward because he doesn't want to give that takedown. He's trying to lull Randy into chasing after him so he can land those shots. Hook him over the top of the hands and catch him.
Combination just missed. Don't forget you can score online, UFC.tv. Score online. Round 1 is in the books. Round 2 here. Heavyweight matchup, main event tonight from the MGM Grand in Las Vegas.
Rizzo always very apprehensive. And there's that leg kick again, inside leg kick.
The kick, though, was an aggressive move by Couture, and then the counters you talked about, Jens, was Pedro almost all the time waiting for his opponent to strike first.
Yeah, he definitely likes to counter. He wants you to make that first move. And Randy landed a great combination right there and finished with another leg kick. It almost looks like Randy is trying to come at Pedro with what works for Pedro. The kicks, the looping hook shots, and then of course it's Rizzo trying to stop takedowns, but here we go again.
The nice setup using that left jab by Couture. And that nose is starting to swell with Rizzo. Good hamper his breathing.
Couture's corner, Maurice Smith yelling to stay low. Now he's got to stay busy enough but pick his spot to expend his energy. Again up against the fence.
With his guard open, and Randy is just leaning forward and really smashing him up against that cage and collapsing any movement from his head and upper body. And it's going to start raining the strikes.
Identical to what we saw at the end of round 1, the position that he has Rizzo in round 2. Rizzo closes his guard. But for how long? Not very, as it's opened again.
Crowd starting to get behind Randy Couture.
Come on, let's work. Let's get yourself through it. Let's go.
There you go. John McCarthy saying you got to stay busy, guys. You're going back up.
And the more you stand the fight up, a possible advantage to Rizzo.
I couldn't agree anymore. I was thinking the same thing, Jeffrey. Because the man, Pedro Rizzo, can end it with one single strike.
Yeah, if I was a ground guy, those would be the last words I want to hear. Let's stand him up.
You got that.
No, not with Pedro.
Rizzo often criticized for not being aggressive and pressing forward.
I mean, Pedro said, quite clearly that he wanted to keep this fight standing and kick and punch. Plain and simple. But the question, as you said, is can he be aggressive? Will he be aggressive? Right now, the aggressor clearly has been Randy Couture, close on numerous times to representing the United States in the Olympic Games as a wrestler. Finally gave up that dream, his biggest disappointment in a very stellar wrestling career. But right now, he is the best in this game, the game of mixed martial arts in the UFC division.
Now one leg is passed, and Randy's looking to try and pass the other one and get that mount position. Back with the shoulder.
A little bit of blood starting to flow out of that cut on the high bridge of the nose of Pedro Rizzo. Some short lefts, nice.
Oh, there's a good one.
There's the cut. It is screaming out of his eye.
And Randy's leaning on it.
Yeah,
and he delivers more punishment. There's the left.
Going much longer. That was a nasty cut. An elbow caught it. And I mean, it's
34 seconds though. If he can get to the corner, they can attend to it.
Think about a cut and being on your back that will run into your eyes.
Yep.
It may
continuously. Couture. Rizzo holding on though, showing the heart of a lion. They're going to call timeout. They're going to attend to the cut.
Now I know Pedro isn't going to like this, but it is going to go to the hands of the doctors at this time.
Pedro was hanging on for dear life.
That is a big cut. I don't know if you can see it, but that is a big cut.
Back to his eyes. Pedro certainly doesn't want it to end. These are the shots that cause the damage. Final seconds of this round.
Well, now will Pedro pick it up with the urgency of this cut, or will he sit there and continue to let Randy to pick at the leg, come in on the takedown, and try and get him to the ground and continue this pounding?
He has got to be more aggressive. Says right here, I have to change this. I have to be more aggressive. I can be more aggressive. Thus far, He has not went that way yet, and Couture is dominating the fight.
I have to say, this adjustment in the corner right now for Pedro Rizzo with Marco Ruas might be the most important adjustment he ever makes in his career.
That cut underneath the eye is very bad. They are working on it right now. Let's take a look at what caused this damage. You'll see a couple of forearms.
You'll watch his right elbow come through, and it will almost, you can see it start to open.
There it is, right there.
Oh, stand corrected. The left elbow comes through, but you can see it open, and it's a heck of a cut.
Couture clearly in command through 10 minutes.
Pedro has got to pick this up. If he doesn't feel the urgency now, I don't know when he will.
Can he wait to counterpunch?
I don't think he needs to. He needs to throw that rifling leg kick. It is a stunner. You can see, I can't tell if that's a little blood or maybe a bruise on the front of Randy's leg. Most likely it looks to be blood, but last time he kicked him so hard in the front of that thigh, you know Randy does not want to feel that. Pedro needs to let it go.
He'll land one shot or two shots and back off. He needs to go forward with it. He needs to throw more. He's not going to win this fight if he doesn't kick or box, and he's not doing that right now.
Has to be aggressive.
Disguise it with your hands, keep his hands up, and then let a leg kick. He's doing one thing and then the other. He needs to put them together, and I know he knows how to do it because we've all seen him do it time and time again.
Is he afraid of the clinch and being taken down again? Is that why he's afraid to throw?
Pretty much, that's what I'm thinking.
That was a nice leg kick right there, mostly foot. But you can see the redness on the inside of the left eye. Pedro Rizzo, something you thought you wouldn't see against a wrestler like Randy Couture.
Missing with the jab, Couture tries to shoot. Good sprawl. And defense by Pedro Rizzo. Back up they are.
Good work, let's go.
He's doing a good job of avoiding that takedown, but he's got to retaliate.
Yeah, to what avail?
Right.
To what avail is he stopping this takedown? He's not doing anything when he's not trying to throw anything when he does stop it.
It is all on the line for Pedro. This is third title defense. Another leg kick.
Go, do something, come on.
Third title fight for Pedro Rizzo. And a title defense for Randy Couture. Married to Tricia, 2 children. Ryan and Amy, big fans of Papa, who is truly Papa Bear, man. He is one tough competitor.
See there, Pedro.
There's a combination. Again, he spins away from Couture. Now he can frustrate Couture here if this continues.
A cut has opened up, a little cut under Randy's right eye. Nothing it's underneath it, so there's probably nothing to be too concerned about. But it is him trying to be the aggressor.
Look at those.
He is scoring points with his aggression.
2 jabs right in a row by Randy Couture.
And no answer by Pedro Rizzo.
Correct. He's got to lay it on the line. Everything is riding on this.
He's waited for this opportunity to happen again his entire life.
And he's got to be wondering how many opportunities are out there. There is a shot.
Counter as it was. There's the best shot of the night for Pedro Rizzo.
And you could hear it rifle through the entire arena.
Randy jumps it out. But believe me, it will have a lasting effect. The inside of the leg, Rizzo. There's a left that connects for Pedro Rizzo. The clinch and they're down. But Rizzo got a couple of shots in finally.
Some damage definitely was done on that leg. That's what it needs to do. He needs to soften those legs up so they're not able to drive as much when he's shooting the takedowns.
Speaking of driving, Randy Couture driving Pedro Rizzo right into the fence to try to finish this fight in round 3. Couture all over, raining elbows, trying to finish it, and he does! Randy Couture remains the heavyweight champion. Literally lifting his opponent up, driving him to the fence to where his guard would be much less effective, and finishing the fight the natural 38-year-old Randy Couture, rolling a lucky 7, his 7th victory, no luck about it, here tonight in Las Vegas. The right hand started it, guys.
Yeah, Randy threw over the top. Pedro didn't even see it coming. He locks up underneath, gets nice collar tie, brings him down, and says, "This is it. He's cut. Get him to the cage. Let's open it up."
No controversy this time. A decisive victory. Many great heavyweights tonight, as you see Couture throwing those straight shots through there. Josh Barnett's got to be looking on. Down the road, possibly Rico Rodriguez. And Couture delivers the goods and defends his championship.
Belfort, Smith, Randleman, Rizzo, and Couture reigns supreme. Pedro Rizzo goes into his locker room alone, wondering again what he has to do better. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, the referee has stopped the contest at 1 minute, 38 seconds of the 3rd round for the winner, and still